Why should you pay for someone else's kids? That's the big question that's going around in Michigan right now. Now, all of us are tired of paying taxes, right? I mean, you've got your federal taxes, your state tax. For some of us here in Michigan, we have to pay state tax. There are a few states who don't, thank goodness. But then there is sales tax, and then there's property tax. So that's what we're going to talk about today, property taxes. Some people feel that if they're not utilizing a certain thing, then they probably shouldn't have to pay for it. Namely, what we're talking about today is the school millage tax. Now, if you no longer have children in the public school system, should you be paying a millage tax? Well, Steve Cara doesn't believe that you should. Well, let's figure this out here. Now, everybody pays a property tax if you are a homeowner. And if you're renting, then your landlord pays school tax. Now, a portion of those school taxes are taken out of the property taxes. So every city has a certain millage rate that you pay, and that particular portion of the taxes goes to support the schools. It goes towards construction of new schools, renovating current schools, all sorts of operating expenses, as well as technology for the students. So that's not the only area that schools get funding. Schools also, here in Michigan, get funding through state taxes. They also get funding from the Michigan School Aid Fund. Now, we talked about this before. With the Michigan School Aid Fund, not all of the money that is in that Michigan School Aid Fund actually go towards our kids' education. Some of it is actually funneled out to other areas that the state feels that is more important than educating our kids. So let's get back to the point today. So Cara would like to, there's a proposal, should I say, in the House right now, the Michigan House. And what it says is, for those people who do not have children in the public school system, if this proposal is passed, they will be exempt from paying the school tax, okay, the school millage. So what that would mean is in 2027, 40%, the taxes that they currently pay for the school millage would reduce by 40% in 2027. And then it would slightly decrease even more year over year until it is completely phased out. Now, what Cara does say is that there's tens of thousands of seniors who are still, for decades, they've been paying this millage tax, and they haven't had any benefit from any children of their own attending this school. So it would be logical to say seniors probably should not be paying millage tax for the schools. I don't disagree with that. But Cara also mentions, and this is where things could, in the future, be questionable as far as who pays taxes for what. Now, what Cara believes is, if you're not actively yourself utilizing a resource that you're paying into, then you shouldn't have to pay the taxes. Well, that's a slippery slope, because we all pay taxes for services that we never see a benefit from. And one of those things that we pay taxes for is people with mental health issues as well as physical disabilities. So we ourselves cannot take advantage of them, most taxpayers. But at the same time, it is a resource and a financial need for some people. And so we have to ask ourselves, are we willing to help those people who can't help themselves through no fault of their own? They were either born with a disability, or somehow, sometime in their lives, they became disabled, or there's some sort of mental illness. We have to ask ourselves, are we willing to let those people go too? So though I do understand, like myself, I no longer have children in the public school system, and I haven't for years. But I don't really mind paying the school millage tax, because in my area, I know that the schools are using the funds in the way that they should be using them. Our kids have high test scores. I think that they're doing a pretty good job with their performance. However, you can't say that with all schools. And so I think that we have to look at having greater oversight with regards to the funding that the schools are currently getting. What are you doing with those funding? With the funding that you're currently getting, what are you doing with those funds? So Cara does make a big point, a nice point about that as well. What are you doing with the money that the schools are already getting? Cara believes that we don't need more funding, but we need better performance. And so I do agree with Cara. We need better performance. Whether or not we should be taking money away from the schools, I'm not really sure, because I don't know what the budget is like. I don't know what the schools are actually spending the money on. So I think that this particular topic needs a bit more research from us, the general public, before we can support one side or the other. But drop a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. And while you're at it, like and subscribe to Financial Fix with Sharnella, and I will see you on the next video.